Hey everyone, my name is Jeffrey Way. Welcome to a new edition of the Net.Touch Plus Screencast of the Week. Today we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful service called PageLime, which is kind of a smaller version of a CMS when you don't need something that complicated like a blog, but you still need to be able to update maybe static pages and things like that. It's a really great service. But before we begin, if I can have 20 seconds of your time, please take a look at our Plus program. For $9 a month, you gain access to exclusive freebies, downloads, video tutorials, high quality articles, really great stuff from our Touch network. You can see AE Plus, Net, Audio, Vector, PSD Plus from all of us for one price, $9 a month, and we're constantly adding new websites to this program. So it's a really great service. It's cost of a pizza, it's really a great service. So please take a look at that if you are interested. So we're going to take a look at a service called PageLime today. So what we are going to do is I'm going to visit a very popular marketplace, ThemeForest, and we are going to buy a template. But let's assume that maybe your client or you don't really have the ability to integrate it into a CMS like WordPress. You can use PageLime and it makes it amazingly simple. Literally within about 5 minutes, you can begin editing your websites without having to manually edit the code. So this is a great idea for you or maybe a client, or even if you're an author on ThemeForest. You can create a template, and then if somebody buys it, you can direct them to this website where they can get started easily without having a lot of coding knowledge. So it's a great service. So we're going to begin. I'm going to go and let's take a look at what's available. Let's go to File and let's browse some categories. And we see we have WordPress, PSD, Joomla. Let's just go to a static site template. And let's see, Jeffrey does a lot of great work. Let's see what he has available. I'm going to view his portfolio. And let's check out this simple black and white, a nice, clean, minimal template. I'm going to click on that. And you'll see if we want, we can view a live preview. That looks great. And I do want to purchase this. However, I've already purchased it just about 10 minutes ago. So otherwise, we would click on the purchase and it would buy that for us. And now if we go to my account, you can see here, it's at the very top. So I'll just click download. And that's going to save it to my desktop. Right here. So now I'm going to decompress that and let's open up the file, and we have our PSDs, we have a README for installation and the actual files. And you can see there we go. So the next step is, now that we have our files, is to upload these to our server. So I'm going to use a program like Coda, or you can manually do it. And I'm going to go to sites, and I just have one here, my personal site, and we're going to upload that to a subdomain that I have. And we'll go to, let's go to domains, and I'm going to use my test.jeffrey-way domain. And you can see it's blank for now. So what I'm going to do here is simply take the file, and I could take them out of the folder, or we could keep them within. So let's just go ahead and take them out and drag them in, like so. And I may have to fast forward for about 30 seconds while this uploads, as you can see at the bottom. Okay, and it appears that's all finished, so let's make sure that's working. Let's go back to Firefox, and let's browse to tests.jeffrey-way.com. And sure enough, easy as that, within 3 minutes, we've bought a $12 template, and we have a working site. So then we could then begin converting it for CMS, or we could enter the code and edit manually. But what if you do not have the ability to, or the knowledge to edit manually? This is where PageLime comes in. So we're going to go to pagelime.com and we're going to click sign up. You're going to fill out some information. However, I signed up for an account yesterday. And one nice feature is we can just log in with these current accounts. So I'm going to log in with Google and click sign in. And we're brought to the main admin panel. So you can see they give us this test site, but we're not going to do that. We're going to create a new site. So we're going to go down here to the bottom right and click create new site, and the URL is, we can just copy and paste this right here. Next, the site name, we're going to call this my new site. The content style sheet URL, it wants to know a path to our main style sheet so that it can edit it. Here, it's within CSS style.css. So all we're going to do here is do http test.jeffrey-way.com/css/style.css. That's correct. Next, it wants to know when you want to edit a block of information from your website, you need to add a class of it, and this is what you're going to call it. So if we want, we could just do edit to simplify it. And then finally, it wants to know our site homepage URL, like so. So we can do, once again, like so. Although, index.html, sorry. And everything looks good there, so now let's go into integration. And this is where in order to update these pages, it needs to have access to your files. So we need to give it FTP access. So the address is, and if you signed up for a hosting service, you should have received a welcome letter, assuming you don't know how to do this. I'm not being condescending to the rest of you, but you'll receive a welcome letter that will give you all the information that you need. In my case, it's ftp.jeffrey-way.com. The username with media temple is serveradmin@jeff-way.com, and the password is and that should be okay. So let's go ahead and test it. And you can see a check mark shows that it did test correctly. Good. Now we need to set up the home directory. As you can see, sometimes the site resides inside a subdirectory of the FTP server, and luckily they'll just make it very simple to browse. And we're just going to go to domains, test.jeffrey-way.com, and HTML, and that's the one we want to select. And we click OK, and there we are. So click Save Settings. And I'm not going to autosave that. And now we have our new site. So the next step is, let's go to Switch Site at the very top, and I'm going to come down and select our new site. And now we're working with this one. So what we have to do first is activate the features. So for this, you can activate a bunch of stuff. Let's just do everything. And they're also experimenting with some nice things like Google Analytics within your admin, so it's a really nice stuff going on. So now that's set, let's go back to Manage Sites. And now you can see here we have everything we need. So the next step is to go up to Site Actions, and we are going to edit the site. So I'll click it right there. And you can see it brings up a live preview of our website. So if we want to edit something, we need to go to Edit Code. And if we come down here, let's find an area. This brings up our code. And let's say we want just to show you at the very beginning, let's edit the Who We Are section, the class. So I'm going to add a class, and we called that class Edit, if you'll remember. I'm going to upload the page. And now if I scroll down, you'll see an editable area must have a unique ID attribute. So this is one thing you need to remember to do, is that if you want to add the class of edit, you need to make sure that that area has an ID as well. So if we go to Who We Are, you can see there it doesn't have an ID. So if we want, we could also do ID of edit or Who We Are or anything. Or in other times you would actually add the class to maybe more of a wrapper container. But we'll go through that a little bit more shortly. So click Upload Page once again. And if I scroll down, you'll see now within our page we have this nifty little edit section. So if I click it, it brings up a WYSIWYG panel, and we'll say About My Site. We then have the ability to change it. We could make it bold. We can do a lot of things. But let's just click OK for now. And you can see we've edited it. We've updated it. So now I'm just simply going to go to Page Actions, Publish. That'll take a minute. It's going to update our actual files. And now, if we want to test it, let's go to test.jeffrey-way.com. And if we go down, About My Site. Simple as that. We didn't have to edit any code. Any of your clients can do this. The only somewhat technical thing they need to learn is that they need to add a class of edit to anything they want. Or you could create a template if you're an author on ThemeForce and do this for them. So let's do it a little bit more. Let's go back, and we're going to Edit Code. And let's scroll down, and let's say next we want to let's be able to edit the menu. So we'll do Class Edit. And what else? Let's see. Right here, Intro. We're going to update that as well. So upload the page. And now if we scroll down, you'll see we can edit this section, we can edit the About site, and we have the ability to edit the navigation section. So let's go and first edit this main featured area. So let's do, instead of that, we're going to say, welcome to my brand new site. I hope you enjoy it. We have all the abilities. If we want, we can change the style. We can adjust it. Right now it's set to a heading 2 tag. We can change the colors. We can make something bold. So if we want, we can take that. It's already bold, but let's click OK. And now we've updated it. We have this section, and it looks like there's a little red mark there. So let's go back and see what the problem is. And it's saying do not leave any unsaved data. And you need to remember, if you are currently working on something, you need to just go ahead and save it. But in this case, we'll go ahead and edit the code anyways. Let's go back down. And let's just actually move that from the UL into the wrapping div. That looks good. Let's click Upload Page once again. And now, once again, let's do this one more time since we didn't save. Welcome to my new site. I hope you enjoy it. Click OK, and let's see what else. Let's go to let's go and edit the navigation, and we have the option of doing it like here, or if we would prefer, we can go to the HTML and edit it that way. So let's get rid of work examples, and why don't we do this? Why don't we see if we can create a brand new page? So I'm going to close that out for now, and I'm going to Page Actions, and let's go ahead and publish it as it is. If we want to go back, let's refresh, and now, as we expected, we have updated our page without editing any code. Good. So now let's create a new page. So let's go to Site Actions, Manage Documents, Manage Templates, Edit Sites. There's a lot of different features that we can do here. The first thing we want to do is create a template that we can create new pages from. So why don't we look at the various pages that Jeffrey created. We have an About Us. I think that's going to be just fine. So if I want to use this as a template, or maybe kind of a template to create new pages off of, you can have multiple ones. Let's go to Page Actions and Save Page as Template. And we're just going to call it Template 1. And it wants to know, do you want to use the actual code from the file or the code that was generated in the browser? Always use the code from the file. Create Template. And now, let's go back to Site Actions. And we're going to go to Edit Site. Whoops. I mean Open Sitemap. And we are going to create a new page. And let's call this My New Page. And we're going to work off that Template 1 that we just created. So let's click Create. And now we have a brand new page that is a copy of the template that we created. So now all we want to do is let's just edit some sections. So edit code. And let's see what we have here. Let's just find About Us. Let's make that whole content section editable. So let's do class equals edit. Like so. Upload the page. And now you can see we can click Edit and About My Great Site. And you can see it has pretty much the whole page here. So we don't want any of that section. So let's delete all of that. A little bit more. Sometimes it can be a little difficult. If we need to, we can just go right here. Like so. And let's create a new paragraph, and let's just add some About My Site is, and then add some generic text. And maybe we'll copy that one more time, like so. Click OK. And now we've created a new page. We have the ability to add images. We have the ability to add anything. So I'm going to click Publish, and that's going to add our new site. But now we need to have a link to it. So let's do this. Let's go back home. And let's edit our navigation. I'm going to do it through the HTML as it'll be easier. And let's get rid of work examples, and instead we're going to my new page. New page. And let's just do this. New page. I'm sorry, I'm on a low resolution. Let's click Update. And OK. And now you can see new page has been added. So if we click Publish, come back and let's see if it worked. I'm going to click Command R, and now we have our updated information. We have our pages and a whole new page that we created directly from PageLine simply. So I click it. It inherited the template that we created, and we have our About My New Site. Simple as by any client of yours, whether they know about code or not. It's a really nice way, even for yourself, if you don't want to go to the trouble of creating a WordPress site and you really just have maybe a static site that needs to be updated sporadically. This is a really great system, pagelime.com. So be sure to check it out. I'm not being paid to do this. I just think it's a great program that was brought to my attention. Also, I really want to advocate, if you are an author on ThemeForce, consider notifying your buyers about this service, because it'll create less support questions for you if they don't know the next step after they buy a template. So pagelime.com, and let me know if you have any questions. And for more tips and tutorials, of course, be sure to visit net.touchplus.com. We have the best tutorials and screencasts available on the web. I will see you guys later. My name's Jeffrey Way.